Welcome to our McWorld.
Mallory.
Courtney.
Today, more Dragon Con.
Dragon Con.
This will be Dragon Con 2016.
Whoa. I only have a special guest today. This is Sparkles Machete. It is a unicorn that was my companion / prop this year. Because I dressed as Captain Boomerang. This is the year Suicide Squad came out, I think.
Oh, yeah. I did also dress up, but I dressed up like Buffy when she was going to, everybody says prom Buffy, but I don't think she's actually going to the prom. But when she had on her white dress and leather jacket, but I did get, actually several people stopped me. That was one of those costumes. That was one of the first, I guess probably at the time, was my most recognized costume up to this point, or when people actually said something.
Yeah.
So,
someone had to help me repair my costume because I had duct tape on my boots and it started coming off. And there were these costume repair people that just went around helping people fix their costumes.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. And this may have been I'm not sure if this was the year. I think this was the year. I had all these cuts and stuff on my face, and this lady was like, "Oh, is that makeup?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Oh, okay, well, good." And I thought, great makeup.
I got beat up.
Yep.
We also did a cosplay as Rose and Captain Jack from Doctor Who / Torchwood. We were meeting people from Doctor Who this year. So I don't know if that's why we decided to do the Doctor Who cosplay.
And we met Torchwood people too. Yeah.
And, also, Hillary was 10.
Yeah.
Was the 10th Doctor, so we were kind of a triple costume that year.
Yep.
And then I actually dressed up like Dr. Horrible when we went to whatever the Whedonverse dance was.
Yeah, they have like a big combined one that was like all Whedonverse. So I dressed as Captain Mal for that dance.
And because that was the dance I think that, well, I don't know what we were doing, but we were at something. I don't know if we were at like a panel or something, and they were like, "Oh, we have to carry all the stuff up to the Westin, I think, or somewhere for the dance." And so I had Buffy and Spike, and I don't know what you have, but
I had Captain America.
We had to carry these cardboard cutouts all the way to this other hotel.
Yeah. Yep.
We were being helpful.
Yes.
But then, we changed into those when we went to the...
Yeah, we went back to our hotel and changed and came back to the dance because those outfits weren't like all day out type of outfits, although we would probably do it now.
Yeah.
But back then we were like, that'd be too hot or that'd be this or that. And actually those costumes got a lot of recognition too. People stopping us and taking pictures and whatever too.
Yeah.
So overall pretty good year for costumes.
Yeah. We did good that year.
Yeah.
Which we started at this point, we've really got more into costumes. So we have costumes every year after that. But well, I guess we did have costumes for 2020, but we'll talk about that when we get to the 2020 Dragon Con. So, who did we meet? So I've got this on my phone here in order. I've got them grouped together by thing.
All right, cool.
So first, from NSYNC. If I had an NSYNC shirt, I would be wearing it right now, but I don't have one.
I don't either.
Which
is a crying shame, but whatever.
I know. I don't know why I guess Most of all the Backstreet Boys shirts I have, though, I actually got at a concert, and I never went to an NSYNC concert back in the day.
I didn't either.
So that's probably why I don't have one, but I feel like I should, because I did like, even though Backstreet Boys were my favorite, I also did really like NSYNC. So.
Yeah, NSYNC was actually my favorite, but I never went to concerts back then, I guess, so. Oh well, missed my chance.
If they ever do a reunion tour, they will sell out quick.
Yeah, I know.
And we will hopefully be there.
Yeah, we may have to spend a small fortune, but...
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yep. So, from NSYNC, we met...
Chris!
And Joey. And it was awesome.
It was. We also went to their panel.
Yes.
Which was one of the better panels. It's one of the most memorable panels, because I can still remember, like, part of, you know... A lot of times when you see so many panels, you kind of forget afterwards, like,
yeah,
what they talked about, but...
That one was hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Like, I remember laughing until I was crying at their panel.
Yeah.
And they were super nice guys, and it was not long after I guess it was like right after Dead 7 had come out.
Yeah.
Which
they were both in it.
They were both in it, which is like the zombie movie that had all these boy banders in it.
Yeah.
And so I was telling Joey Fatone, whose character was a drunk in the movie, by the way, that we were going to play a drinking game while we watched the movie, that every time they made a boy band reference, we were going to take a drink, but then they never did.
No.
But Joey Fatone's character drank like a fish. So then we said, every time his character takes a drink, we take a drink. That was a mistake.
Yeah. Too much.
Just take sips if you're going to play it that way. But they thought that was a pretty cool story, and they thought it was pretty funny, so.
Yeah, and I remember they were talking at the panel about, somebody had asked about doing a reunion, and they were like, well, I don't know if we can ever do one, because we don't know what happened to JC, so.
Yeah. They were like, every once in a while we'll get together, and it's like JC just comes out of the woods and shows up or something.
They're like, really, everybody thinks it's Justin, but really,
it's JC.
Is that no one knows where JC is.
Yeah.
So, anyway, NSYNC reunion would be great one of these days.
Yes.
At least one tour.
Yeah.
If they could just do like one tour, but see, they'd probably have to do multiple shows.
Yeah.
Per city, because
they'd
have too many people be wanting to get there.
They'd have to do a big, big tour.
It's been a long time since I've like been waiting to like buy tickets for something.
Yeah. Or do like a multi-year Vegas residency.
Yeah. Give a chance. Of course, a lot of people have done Vegas residencies, and we were like, we should go.
No, we haven't.
We didn't go.
Well, if NSYNC's there, we will come. We'll go out there.
We will come for you.
Yes.
So now we only got 3 NSYNCers left. And it's probably going to be hard to meet at least 2 of them.
Yeah, I know. The best chance, obviously, is Lance Bass Space Camp. I'm still mad about that show getting canceled.
Me too.
I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, Lance Bass probably be the easiest.
Yeah.
But one day.
Maybe one day.
We'll see.
Okay, so next up, from the 100, we met a bunch of people. So we met Lindsay Morgan, Jared Joseph, Bob Morley, Alessandro Giuliani, and Sachin Saho? I don't know. Sorry. All from the 100, because I watched the 100.
Yeah. And I just go in for the picture.
Yeah. It was weird meeting Bob Morley, because I hadn't really heard Bob Morley talk, like, not as Bellamy. And his regular voice, obviously, he's Australian for one thing. But also, his regular voice is not nearly as deep as his Bellamy voice. So it's a lot different when you're, like, talking to him in person. You're like,
yeah,
this is bizarre.
But he was really nice. I remember him being really nice and talking to us for a little bit. I think
he's very friendly.
Eliza Taylor was supposed to come that year, too, but she wasn't able to.
Yeah. She hadn't... I don't think she's come to Dragon Con that I know about.
No, she's the new Adam Baldwin.
Yeah, every year it's like she might come, and then she never comes.
Yeah. Actually, I really think that she probably legit has other things going on.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying anything about Adam Baldwin, but I'm just saying.
No.
But if she does come, I'm going to talk to her about that Christmas Inheritance movie because that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch the 100 by then. Who knows?
I saw a Christmas movie with Jared Joseph in it.
The Christmas Aunt?
I think so.
Yeah. I watched that the other day,
I watched that on... It was Lifetime?
It was Lifetime.
Yeah.
It was a little strange because I felt like the Cosby girl was so much older than him.
Yeah.
And
It did seem that way, kinda.
Yeah, like even in the movie, like there were times where you'd forget about it, but then there were times where it was like, this seems like...
Yeah, like
seems kind of weird.
She seems a lot, which I don't know if she is.
She's just a little bit older. She's not as much older than him as you would think, I don't think, but still.
Seems.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, all those people I remember being pretty nice.
Yeah.
When we met them, so
yeah.
Scroll through their photographs.
Jared Joseph was on Once Upon a Time also.
Oh yeah, Gus.
Yeah.
He was. I have more recently watched it, but I had forgotten he was on there until I started watching it.
I think that other guy was on something we just saw too.
Of course, most of these people have been in other stuff, but the 100 is mainly what I know them from.
I'm looking at that other guy.
We did also go to the 100 panel, but I don't really remember much about it. But there are photos, so I know that we went. The 100, of course, was still going on at this point because it just ended, and we'll not talk about that in this video. If you want to know what I think about that, you can go watch our video about TV shows that had terrible endings.
Yeah.
So...
And you'll get an earful.
And character deaths. Have we done our video about character deaths?
He was on The Magicians.
I feel like if we haven't, I think we did. If not, we will, and you can go watch that and find out how I feel about some other stuff.
We did one about... I think we did do character deaths, like stupid character deaths or something.
So go watch that and see how I feel about that too. Anyways, we also met from Kim Possible.
Call me a beat me if you want to reach me.
And, of course, Even Stevens, Christy Carlson Romano,
Yes.
and from Boy Meets World, and Everything You Want.
Plays with squirrels. Wasn't that his name on there?
Yeah, that's
when
what
he
it
went
said.
off into that thing and came back with that beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cal.
Will Friedle.
Cal, the lights.
Quinn, the pants.
Yes, they were both really nice too.
Yeah.
Christy Carlson Romano was actually very pregnant at the time
Yes.
that we met her.
But I remember she talked to us for a while and, you know, she was really nice, of course. And then Will Friedle, he's really like that in real life. Like, just goofy and funny and nice.
Yeah.
And she actually did that when we got up there from that movie. What's the name of that movie?
Everything You Want.
Yeah.
If you've never seen this movie, which is likely, I think it was like a made-for-TV movie that came on, like ABC Family or something.
Yeah.
I don't know where it premiered at, but it had, it starred Will Friedle and Nick Zano and Sherry Appleby.
Wow.
And she had like an imaginary boyfriend who was this other guy, but then Nick Zano was like the main love interest and Will Friedle was his goofy roommate. Anyway, it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I watched it one time. And in that one, he says, Nick Zano's character says, Cal, the lights, because Will Friedle's just walked back into a room and his name's Cal.
Yeah.
And then he says, Quinn, the pants. And he's like, what? I thought we were playing word association.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
So she actually did that with Will Friedle. And he was like, wait, what is it? And then he got it.
Yeah, he did get it. So that was pretty good too,
Yeah.
because that was such a random movie. But
Yeah,
anyway, it was good,
it was a cool thing.
and they were nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next three people I have are from the Arrowverse.
Well, hey, also from Boy Meets World, not to skip around on your list, but we met what's his face.
Oh, talking about, let me look at my list. Jason Marsden.
Yes, and from Full House.
Yep.
Sorry to skip around. I was looking through the pictures. He's super cool, and talked to everybody and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
He was nice.
yeah.
So yeah, from the Arrowverse. Okay, so we got, you'll have to help me out here. She's the
Okay.
Arrowverse person. We've got Carlos Valdez.
Yeah, he plays Cisco Ramon on The Flash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Falk Hinchel.
That is this guy.
Yes.
He played Hawk person that they had on Legends in like the first season or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like, I can't remember. I think his name was Hawkman,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, but there are too many Hawk people in all the verses to keep up with.
And Casper Crump. Who
Yeah.
actually photobombed our first picture.
Yes, with Falk.
Yeah.
Casper played, what was the name? He was the main bad guy in season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow, which I quit watching after season 1.
Yeah.
I watched most of season 2, maybe all of it. Oh, what was his name? I'm gonna look it up. What'd you say his name was? Casper?
Crump.
Okay.
Courtney and Hillary are the Arrowverse people.
Vandal
Oh, the-
Savage.
The DC.
Yeah.
I call it the Arrowverse, but because it was the first one.
It is the Arrowverse.
The DC universe shows.
Yeah. They pretty much call it the Arrowverse thing too, so.
On a somewhat similar note, from Gotham, we met David Mazouz
Yes.
and Sean Pertwee.
Yeah. David Mazouz, of course, plays Bruce, and then Sean Pertwee plays Alfred.
Yeah, he was one of two people we met outside.
Yes.
Well, at least at this particular moment.
Yeah, we met, so we were outside. We were headed to something, because it was just the two of us.
It was right at the start of the parade, or right at the
End or something, yeah.
the parade was going on.
Yeah. And I think they were bringing them back. I think maybe it was where their part of the parade ended or whatever. So it's like they were bringing them in and dropping them at the Marriott, which is where they sign autographs and stuff like that. And I just happened to see him and Jason Isaacs, who plays Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter series. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's you guys. Can we get a picture with y'all? And they were like, oh, sure, whatever. So
Yeah.
we took a selfie with both of them out there in the garage.
Yeah.
So we were like,
We just walked out the back door. I don't even know I don't know where we were going.
yeah,
And we were like, hey. Well, you were like, hey.
Yeah.
I don't ever see anybody.
I'm like, I'm constantly boloing for everybody. So, yeah, so that was pretty cool
Yep.
that we got to meet them. And David Mazouz was on something I watched the other day. And he was a little kid. You remember that? Because I was like, hey, it's on, oh man, well, The Office.
Oh, The Office.
Yes. He was Burt California. He was, what's his face? Robert California's son.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So, next up, we met more Power Rangers.
Yay. Why do I keep thumbsing up?
We met David Yost, and Austin St. John. So, we went to the Power Ranger panel, which is also one of the most memorable panels we've ever been to.
Yes.
but not necessarily in a good way.
Not in a good way.
It was like, I don't know. It's so, also St. John, bless his heart, okay? But like, I feel like he's one of those people that comes to cons like to make money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe he likes coming to cons, but the way that he answered questions people asked was almost like he really hated everything about being on Power Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, he just... I know that obviously it would not have been easy to do some of that stuff, and evidently the conditions weren't always the best for the crew and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of like they got the shaft on get paid, you know, their pay and all that.
And so obviously that's terrible, but it was really awkward, first of all. But it's like he was simultaneously trying to make himself out to be a martyr. Like, well, we did this to protect the crew and the show because da-da-da-da. But, I mean, I just felt like, well, the show went on without y'all.
Yeah.
So either things weren't that bad or whatever, but I don't know. It was just so weird, and I just really felt bad for the people answering the questions because I kind of feel like there are ways to get your point across, not necessarily the way that he did it. And it's weird because in person he was nice enough, and then we saw him at something, I think we saw him at another con or something, and he seemed pretty nice and like he didn't mind being there, but I don't know. I don't know if it was just a bad day.
It's like everything anybody asked that was, and this one guy asked, what's it like? Because when he quit acting, he became an EMT.
Yeah.
And so this one guy was like, so what was it like to go from acting to a normal job?
Yeah.
And he goes off on this guy about how being an EMT is not a normal job and how it takes all this whatever and all this other stuff. And I was like, bro, he means you're not like in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, stop being a jackwagon. Like,
yeah.
It's just some of his attitude towards like every question it seemed like people asked him was like, well, this is whatever. And I'm like, you're really making yourself, I mean, I get, you know, people come here because they love Power Rangers. They don't want to hear about how much you hated it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you even here? You know, obviously people are asking about Power Rangers. You've never done anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you don't want to talk about Power Rangers, or you know, all you want to do is tell people how terrible it was when it's something they loved.
Yeah.
I'm like, just don't even come, or like, be like, yeah, things were, you know, not great, but here's something good I can tell you. Like, try to, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just a really awkward panel, and I felt bad for the other guy.
Yeah.
He really seemed like he was, like, not a crowd person.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because he goes to a lot of cons, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like we've talked about before. Obviously, we really like meeting all these people and stuff, but, like, if you don't like cons, and if you don't understand what cons are about, then just don't go. Because, I mean, I know it's not fair, and I know that's selfish of us to be like, don't ruin our childhood memories because, you know, it wasn't the best situation for you. But, like, at the same time, you know, like I said, I feel like there's ways to get your point across while also being nice, at least, first of all, being nice to the people that ask questions and not just being a jerk about it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Awkward. I mean, he was, when we went up to his table, he was pretty nice. I mean, it was awkward a little bit because he said something about how he likes brunettes to Hillary and then said, oh, I'm not hitting on you, I'm married. Like he needed to clarify that. Or something. I don't know, it was really awkward.
We were like,
we
didn't think you were.
Now you've made it weird.
Yeah. I was like, now it's weird. It wasn't weird, but so
I don't know. It was just all around kind of a weird thing, and I'm like, in a way, I wish I'd never gone to the panel.
Yeah. Or maybe met him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure that last year, not past con, but obviously 2019, weren't he and someone else there in the vendor hall?
Yeah, I know we were walking around the vendor hall one time and saw some of them in there, so I don't know.
Yeah, they weren't even listed on the guest list, I don't think. So now it's like, it really does seem like just a money grab.
Yeah, it's kind of like I need some money, so I'm going to go sign autographs for people for a show that I really hated being on.
Yeah.
I hated every part of it, but I'm here to take your money anyway.
Yeah, see, how does that, and I guess that kind of,
Damn it, Sparkles.
I guess that kind of is also what makes it, it's kind of like, oh, so you hated every part of the show and it was terrible for everyone involved, but you're going to make whatever money you can make off of it because...
Yeah, you're still going to come make money.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a little bit shady altogether, so that was probably one of the most disappointing. I mean, it's not like I had like super high hopes or anything.
No, but still.
It's always a bummer when you really like somebody to meet them, because I feel like even if you don't mean to, you have high expectations.
Yeah.
So I mean, with some of these people, it's kind of like you meet them and you're like, well, you're kind of a little bit of a dud. No offense.
Yeah. Right.
But at least he wasn't somebody that we were super excited to meet.
Right, yeah. And I guess, too, because honestly, we had already met, like, Jason David Frank and Karen Ashley and Walter Jones before we met. And David Ghost was super great, too.
Yeah.
So
he seemed like a shy, of a shy person, but he was friendly. Like.
Yeah, I mean, like, when we walked up to his table and we're getting our picture, he was like, do y'all want to hold some of these props? Because he had, like, his morpher and his helmet and all that stuff. So, I guess, too, because none of them seemed as critical of I mean, of course, I don't know that we had gone to many panels before, but obviously Jason David Frank not only stuck it out after that Power Rangers, like after OG, he was on the next series, but then he was on several more. So obviously, he either didn't have the same problems or he just doesn't give a crap about anybody, which seems unlikely because he seems like a really nice person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, I certainly can't take away from his story, and I hate that if that's what happened to those people. But at the same time, it's like, just because this was a bad experience for you and for them doesn't mean you have to treat people like crap over it now. And honestly, that's probably why he was in the vendor hall, because one thing I will say about Dragon Con that I don't think we've mentioned on here, I don't know how long ago it started, but now there's an app. And so in the app, it has every panel, every fan track, whatever, and you can go in after the panel and you can rate the panel. Mm-hmm. And you can say what you liked and you disliked about it. And I legitimately believe that they read all of that stuff and they take that into consideration, because I don't think he's ever been an official guest since then.
Moving on. So, we met from Lost Girl, Anthony Limke and Zoe Palmer.
Yes.
Well, they've been on other stuff. Especially the Anthony guy. He was the star of something else.
Yeah, some other show.
But anyway, they were on Lost Girl, which we watched.
Yeah, Anthony Limke played the Loki on there. He had kind of a thing with Bo for a little bit. And then, of course, Zoe Palmer played Lauren. So, I think this was... They were there, so the main cast of Lost Girl came to Dragon Con one year. We haven't watched the show, so we didn't meet any of them. And then we did watch the show, and they never came back, except for this year, they did come, I think because of that other show. Maybe it's Defiance? I'm not sure, because Zoe Palmer's on another show too. Yeah. Which recently she's been on Winona Earp. Her character's terrible.
Winona!
But, she's her character is a villain.
Yeah.
So we got them that year. Yeah, just because them we were like, well, I guess we're going to have to piece the Lost Girl cast together.
Yeah, as they come back.
Sparkles!
Yeah, as they then trickle back into Dragon Con. But
Yeah.
so those were our first two.
Of course, then, spoiler alert, a few years later, they all came back again.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
What can you do? Then, from Doctor Who to go with our cosplays, we met Alex Kingston and Arthur Darvill.
I'm gonna sit on my hand. So I can't thumbs up anymore. I don't know what is happening.
Oh. Yes. So
River Song
River.
and her dad. What's his face? Rory.
Oh yeah, I was like her dad.
Yeah, Rory was her dad.
Yeah.
In a crazy, convoluted world.
Such a no, Doctor Who's so strange. You just get used to it.
Yeah.
But
We always liked Rory. We were not big Amy people, but
yeah. Also, I think wasn't Alex Kingston? Isn't she in the Arrowverse somewhere?
Arthur Darvill is. Arthur Darvill's was on Legends.
I guess we could move them up.
Alex Kingston, yeah, she was she's Laurel's mama.
Yeah, okay.
Laurel and Sarah's mama, I think.
So really, they could have been up kind of grouped with the other people,
Yeah.
but we knew them from Doctor Who mostly. I mean, I guess
Yeah, I knew
Legends
Alex
had started
Kingston
by then. But
from ER. Well, I don't think Arthur Darvill was on there then, because Arthur Darvill. So I watched Legends longer than I thought, by the way. But I think he came later, because his name was like. Well, I don't remember what his name was. It always got me twisted because, you know, the other guy, the one guy that was in prison on Prison Break, the brother that was in prison, Dominic Purcell.
Yeah.
His name was Rory.
oh yeah,
And then Arthur Darvill was on there anyway.
so it was confusing.
But Alex Kingston was also on ER. She was
Oh, yeah.
Mark's wife. What was her name on there? I'm drawing a blank. She was a surgeon too. Elizabeth? I think her name was Elizabeth. So I knew her from ER also. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's Laurel and Sarah's mom on there. Anyway. Yes, we met them.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, we got photo ops with them,
Mm-hmm.
so we didn't really talk to them a whole lot.
Yeah.
But they seem nice.
Yeah.
From the Torchwood, actually I think they were on Doctor Who once too, in that
Mhm.
big crossover
Yeah.
event that they had. We met Gareth David Lloyd and I'm gonna mess this up. Naoko Mori.
Yes.
I don't know if that's how you say her name either.
Yeah, well.
But yes. So we met them as well.
Yeah.
And we went to a Torchwood panel.
And they recognized my costume. Well, Naoko did. She recognized my costume because she was like, I walked in and she said, Captain.
Yep.
Because I was dressed as Jack Harkness when we met them.
Yep. So that was cool. I don't really remember their panel a whole lot.
No.
So I can't say. I think. I don't know. Yeah, I can't say much about that because I don't really remember it.
I think it was good though. I remember them talking about wanting to do photo ops with John Barrowman. Because they're not the only ones, I don't think, that have talked about that. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that that they talked about that because of how,
Oh yeah.
because you know Barrowman is crazy with it, and
So-
they were like, oh.
So people come in thinking, hey, they'll all do anything, and
Yeah.
that is not the case.
No, only he will do anything.
Yeah. No, John Barrowman, you could pretty much ask him to do almost
Yeah.
anything, and
Yeah.
he would do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, so they were
Yeah, they were nice.
nice, I guess. I think.
And it was cool
as far
they
as I
recognized
remember.
my costume, so
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Success. Okay, so the next batch of people we met were on Grimm,
Mm-hmm.
which is a show I have never seen, but decided to hop in the photo op anyways.
Yeah, so Grimm, this was one of those where a lot of the main cast came all in one year. And so I think I watched maybe just 1 or 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I have since watched the whole show. So I'm definitely glad that I got the photo op. And when Mallory ever watches the show, she'll like it too and be glad she got the photo op. But I was just so afraid they would never come back, which was good because they haven't.
Yeah.
So, and actually Betsy Tullock, who is in our photo,
Yep.
she is married to David Giuntoli now, who is the main guy from Grimm. But she's actually in the Arrowverse now because she is the Lois Lane of Supergirl.
Okay.
So she's with Tyler Hoechlin. You know what I'm talking about. So that was cool. Also, Reggie Lee, he was on Persons Unknown, which was a show we watched. And if you want to know more about that, I'm pretty sure there's an episode in here somewhere.
Yep, you can go watch our episode about TV shows that got canceled.
Yeah. So, you did at least know him. You stood next to him in the picture.
I did. And then we also had Sasha Royce and Jacqueline Toboni.
Yeah.
Were also in the photo.
So, she played, what was her character's name? She had a strange name. Anyway, Sasha was the captain. But Jacqueline, she hadn't been on any of the episodes I had seen. So I had no idea who she even was. Because she doesn't show up till later in the show. But either way, it was all good.
Yeah, but that was it's a very strange, awkward looking photo op. But also it's pretty cool. I don't know, there's something about it I like, even though it's such a weird photo op.
Yeah, I like it too. But because what happened was, they kept running around. And, like, when we were standing in line, we could see, 2 or 3 pictures probably ahead of us. So every time they'd be like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? So they'd, like, run around and, like, reposition themselves or do, different poses, like Charlie's Angels or, whatever. Whatever people wanted to do. We never know what we want to do.
No,
we're always like, whatever. So they were just like, reposition. And we were like, okay.
So we just ended up, I don't know.
Yeah.
How we ended up.
Like this.
Okay. So, next, our other professional photo op we got was iZombie. Mm-hmm. And we got Rose McIver, Ali Machalka, and David Anders. And we also went to their panel, too.
Yeah, we're pretty big iZombie fans. We did an iZombie tour when we went to Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
And really, iZombie is one of the best shows that's been on lately, in my opinion. Because they didn't stick with a monster of the week, but they did, because they did the brain of the week thing, it kept the show fresh.
Yeah, it was something different every week.
Because so many shows get wrapped up in this whole idea that you can't just do monster of the week the whole time. That you have to have these overwhelmingly long story arcs where sometimes very little will happen in certain episodes and you just think...
Yeah, I like the Monster of the Week format.
Too.
I always have.
Yeah. Because see, Grimm, that's how Grimm was. Like the first 2 seasons of Grimm were Monster of the Week. Mm-hmm. And then 4 was like, I feel like all of 4 was one long story arc. And I thought, what are we even doing here, fam? Like,
yeah. Sometimes I like the overall stories on shows.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the show. But like a show like Supernatural, for example, I always liked their Monster of the Week episodes better than their, most of their overarching storylines.
Yeah.
But anyway, just us.
Yeah.
But they were pretty cool. And
yeah.
I feel like their panel was good.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Rose McIver is really funny.
Yeah.
Also, Rose McIver was a Power Ranger. We found that out during the panel.
Yeah. I didn't realize that because, of course, by that time we had stopped watching Power Rangers.
Yeah. So
really, I didn't watch. After the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I don't think I watched Power Rangers anymore because I never saw even the ones with Tommy later on, I don't think.
No, I think I stuck with them like right after the first movie where it switched over to like Rocky and Adam and them.
Yeah. Because I know I saw that. I know I saw the two of the movies. There might have only been 2 back then. But
Yeah,
I don't know about the
yeah,
show. Anyway, not important, but I didn't see her.
me neither.
Obviously, I didn't see her on there.
Yeah.
And then we have sort of an interesting story related to Ali Machaca from later on Dragon Cons.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
But yeah, if
For
you want to know what happened there, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, so other kind of one-offs at the bottom I have here.
We have more professional photo ops.
I have, we had Brett Dalton
Yes.
from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Did you see that? And from Hallmark movies.
Agent Grant Ward.
Yeah, and from Hallmark movies. He was a cool guy.
Yeah, that was the day I was dressed like Buffy and I was carrying around this crossbow. And I just had it in the photo op and I walked in with it and he said, "You're not going to try to shoot me too, are you?" So I don't know if somebody in a previous picture had been like, "Can I pretend I'm shooting you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "No, I wasn't planning on it."
But I think he may have recognized your costume too.
Yeah.
I can't
don't know.
remember. Somebody did, I think.
But so he was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And he was funny. I think I don't know if we
went to
I
a
don't,
panel
I don't
with
have
him
a
or not.
panel with him on, or I don't have it on my thing. I feel
Yeah.
like, I don't know if we went,
That's fine.
whatever. Anyway, but he was pretty nice though.
Yeah.
And then we also met Charlie Cox
Yes.
from Daredevil.
Yes.
That picture is actually a little bit blurry because they told us to move because we were all standing there ready to take the photo and they were like, "We need you guys to move over one way or the other."
Yeah.
And we started moving and they took the picture. And so like our picture, I mean it's fine, but
Yeah.
it's a little blurry if you notice for a professional photo op.
Yeah. Just a
Um,
little bit.
Because I remember we were all like,
What happened?
we were still moving.
Yeah.
What was my face doing?
Right? Yeah. Fortunately, we all look pretty good, so
Yeah.
worked out, but still, yeah.
That's what I remember about that photo op.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he was,
We did go
said
to
hey
his
to
panel.
us and stuff. Yeah, we went to his panel. We met people who were dressed like, I think that was the year. Is that the year that we met the people dressed as the avocados at Law?
Yeah,
And they were handing out business cards.
that was pretty clever.
Yes. Very clever for sure.
I never did finish. Did I know?
You never did finish Daredevil, I don't think.
I just don't remember. I know I didn't finish Jessica Jones.
Did you see Wade Kinsella?
Yeah.
Then you finished Daredevil.
Okay.
If
So
you
I
watched
guess
all of the season that Wade was on, you saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because that's the year that the guy he ended up working with. Spoiler alert. He ended up working with what's his face? The bald guy.
Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
Wade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
See, I
didn't
thought that
finish
was going to go somewhere because Wade was Bullseye.
Yeah. But then they canceled all those shows.
Yeah.
Stupid Netflix.
And Wade got killed, so
Yeah.
anyway.
But I never did finish Jessica Jones and I never watched Punisher, so.
You missed out. Punisher was the best one.
I think I finished, so I must have watched all of Daredevil and I know I watched both seasons of Iron Fist and I watched both seasons of Luke Cage.
Yeah, and you watched The Defenders.
Yeah. I started watching the last season of Jessica Jones and I watched like 2 episodes and then I never finished it. I need to finish that.
Yeah,
Speaking of.
you do. Okay.
Anyways, then we also met Summer Glau, who was added. I don't know if she no. Have we met everybody from Firefly?
No.
No, because we ain't met Marina.
Backer. And
Yeah.
yeah, we
But
haven't
she
met her.
added to our Firefly collection.
Yes.
Because I think up to this point, we already met all the rest of them, right? Like, we met...
We hadn't met Gina Torres then.
Okay.
Because we met her pretty recently.
Simon and Kaylee, and obviously we met Nathan Fillion, even though we didn't have a photo with them, and still don't at this point.
In
2016.
Yep.
But yeah, so one more in the Firefly collection.
Yep.
And we also met. We met
Ron Glass.
Ron Glass too.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, working on the Firefly where we have not finished it then.
We got one more.
And I think the last person I have on my list is Judge Reinhold.
Yes. So I especially wanted to meet him for 2 reasons. One, of course, is because he was Neil in the Santa Claus, which if you watch our Christmas movie video, is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. And really, honestly, probably one of my favorite movies of all time. But even though Neil's a dork character, also he played a dork character on Seinfeld. He was the close talker, if you've ever seen Seinfeld. So here is a photo of him being the close talker to me. Because I told him I watched Seinfeld, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to do the thing?" And I was like, "Sure." So he was like, right in my face. So he was, obviously that was pretty cool that he did that, because he took multiple photos with us, and then he did that too. And so it was really neat getting to meet him, just because I'd seen all that stuff. So
yeah.
And then that was everybody we met, right?
Yeah, and I think we talked about all the panels we went to.
Yeah, the other thing we did was we went to a Shooter Jennings concert where we met some people in line, one of which we kind of sort of stay in touch with. We follow her on Facebook and stuff. But then we met this other lady, and she invited us to her wedding, which Shooter was going to preside over the next day, and we contemplated going and then thought that would be very strange, honestly.
Yeah.
Shooter, of course, is Waylon Jennings' son, and as country music fans, he's legacy, even though he is not nearly as good as his father. But we went to his concert. It was free. It was at Dragon Con. So
yeah.
This one guy got drunk and got drug out of there by the police.
Yep.
So,
so that happened.
So, yeah.
And we already talked about how we went to that dance, but we also went to the blood drive. Again, of course, it's my blood drive shirt I have on today.
There you go.
And we went to Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Vlog again.
So that was Dragon Con 2016. Stay tuned for more Dragon Cons and other stuff and things.
Yep, we got, a couple more years to go. We're talking
17,
about
18, 19, 20.
4 more to go.
Yep.
Of course, who knows, by the time this video comes out, it may have been past Dragon Con 2021.
Which hopefully we get to go to in person.
Yeah. Fingers crossed it'll be in person. That'll be interesting to see if it is in person. What changes? How will it be different than past Dragon Cons?
Yeah. So stay tuned for more of this, that, and the other thing.
Come back!
Yeah. Bye! Bye from Sparkles. We're never having guests again.
If you can't sit up straight, you're not coming back.
Yeah!